Hey everybody, welcome to the Couples Cast by CK. I'm Conrad. Sitting next to me is Kelly. She makes up the majority of the show. She's gorgeous. Good God. Across from me is Tim, the producer. Our guest in studio today is Stacy. We'll get back to her in just a minute. A quick shout out to Rhino Rush. The Couples Cast by CK is a production of Channel 99 Studios. We had enough success, me and Tim, with the Pro Edge podcast. We've added this show to our lineup. It's going to be a dating show. We've got some games to play. We've got therapy type people, anyone and everyone in the dating community. We're going to do some fun stuff with the Treasure Valley, is on places to go for under $50, or romantic getaways up to Sun Valley for under $500. Play some game with some douchebags online with a fake Instagram account. We might do that for sure. And we're just going to have fun. So, with that being said, I'd like to introduce you to our guest, Stacy. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I just got my master's in clinical counseling from NNU.
Excellent. So I'm in trouble. She's probably analyzed me now.
I'm going to. I have been.
And so how long have you been doing therapy?
I just graduated in May, but prior to that, I had to do an internship for 1,000 hours. So
okay.
Close to about a year, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of hours.
Yeah, it's a lot of hours.
Long time.
So how often do you guys break into, everything is social-wise. Mm-hmm. There's usually an aspect of dating or marriage or whatever.
Yep.
So how much, does that make up a lot of the counseling, or is it usually in a relationship issue?
Relationship.
That brings people in?
It was, when I did my internship, it was probably 70% of the issues were relationship-based, yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So
we need to pick your brain for sure.
Yeah, I've seen everything, heard everything. So yeah, it's a big issue.
What role is 100% social media issues now too?
There's a lot of social media issues, and I think I had about 20 clients that were there for relationship issues, and I think at least half of them had to do with infidelity based on social media.
Wow. So, it started at social media and went all the way, or just social media, period?
Social media had a big impact on the relationship.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Whether it been infidelity or them leaving for someone else, or like a lost love coming back that they found.
Mm-hmm.
So there's actually a term for that. It's called...
Oh, my gosh. He has so many terms. I think he makes them up.
No, this one I read online. It's 9 Annoying Dating Trends. Let's talk about the first one. And that one would be zombieing.
Zombieing.
So that's when someone doesn't just reappear from your past, but it's been a decade.
Okay.
That makes
sense, yeah.
Like came back from the dead.
Yeah. That motherfucker been zombieing on his Facebook. I just know it. Mm-hmm.
My son calls that, you feed the strays, they always come back.
Yeah.
So here you have it.
He done found him a girl, done zombied up. Mm-hmm. So that's real, ladies. Your man could be zombieing on Facebook, or there could be some sweet-talking diva out there with some big fat booty trying to zombie him.
Yeah. Ooh. I might be zombieing right now.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really know. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We're going to fight about that later.
Yeah. They're probably wondering, are they dating?
What?
I chased her profusely for decades. Getting shot down. Not really.
No, he's kidding. Real quick before we get started too much, I have to say there's so much more to Stacy than what she's talking about. Her laugh is so infectious. I honestly want to hear it every day of my life. I love it so much. And your sister has it too.
She does. Yeah.
She does. Yeah. Shout out to Nikki. You
Hi,
guys
Nikki.
have the exact same adorable laugh. It's just the cutest thing ever. I love you both so much.
Thank you.
And so beautiful and amazing. So
thank you so much.
Give you some plugs there.
Oh, thank you.
Biggest heart out there for sure. So thanks for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you for having me. I'm excited. This is going to be awesome.
I know. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna talk all kinds of shit.
Even better. Even better.
Enough of that
ready.
nice stuff. Okay.
How to
get
find
right
you a
into it.
man. Get a good man, girl. A man with a
I'm
good
up
job.
for that. Yeah, I'm ready.
I always tell my girls that. Find a man
Yeah.
with a good job.
We didn't tell you it's actually Set Stacy Up episode 1.
That's right. Just email the podcast if you're interested for
Yeah.
a date with Stacy.
She's got a lot going for her, guys.
Oh, gee, thank you.
Yeah, that's quite a degree.
Yeah, right? And the looks to go with it.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we doing? Start
And
us
she
off
can
with...
read through the bullshit psychologically, right?
I'll know. I will know.
Right,
Yeah.
You'll know.
just try
Do you
it.
guys want to go over the 9 annoying dating trend terminologies that are going on these days?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, let's hear them.
Okay, so some of these are going to be obvious, and I'm trying to remember. Each one had like a paragraph synopsis on what it actually is, and I think I remember most of them. A couple of them I took notes. Ghosting, that's pretty obvious.
Ghosting,
So that's number 1. That happens the most, I guess. So it's where, yeah, you just get ghosted. I think we all know what it is. It's all happened to us at least once or twice, or
And we've all maybe done it a couple times.
Yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe guilty.
yeah, you
I'm
meet
so
some
sorry.
sailor at TGI Fridays who never did call me back. By the way, left me a little thing called herpes. No, that's
Oh, too
old
far.
school Andy Dick. Come on, folks.
Okay.
Haunting. And so what haunting
Have you heard
is,
Haunting?
I have never heard haunting.
so is number 2.
Okay.
So haunting is like if your ex is still friends with you on social media and doesn't like directly message or comment on any of your stuff anymore, but like goes through and likes it and
Definitely
winks at
still
it.
following.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like likes your Instagram account maybe, perhaps.
I have experience with that. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I think I've had experience with that. I'm looking at the camera right now through the guy that's doing it. Anyway, number 3. This one's kind of goofy, but it must be real, right? Breadcrumbing. So breadcrumbing, I think it's more of a woman demand thing,
Okay.
but it's when someone's getting attention from someone, like if I was hitting you up and saying, hey, I really want to take you out to dinner. Will you go out to dinner with me sometime? And you're
Yes.
like, sure.
Oh, that wasn't...
Are you in a boy band? You fucking asshole. Yeah, I'll go to dinner with you. What night do you want to go? And I'm like, how about next Friday? And then I don't hear from you.
Oh.
And then you come back 3 weeks later and go, hey, we never had dinner.
How about that dinner?
Yeah, and but you're just playing the
A
whole
girl's
time.
gotta eat.
A girl's
Yeah.
gotta eat.
Just to get attention.
Oh, man. I didn't know that had a name.
Yeah.
Definitely never done
Okay.
it.
It's called breadcrumbing.
I'm.
Stacy's...
I
What
don't
was
know.
your...
You and me. Yeah, you and me
What was
both,
your
girl.
food digger?
Mhm.
Food digger thing. I
Food
think I
digger,
saw that
yeah.
on your...
Yeah.
Food digger. I'm a
Girls
food
gotta
digger.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
another thing. The side. So we'll stop. We're at number 3. I got a question.
Okay.
First dates now. No one really goes to lunch or dinner anymore. Thoughts on that? What do you prefer
Okay, so
as a female? Does it show?
dinner, absolutely.
For a first date, I would say dinner.
I think you can tell
Everyone
a lot.
wants to meet for just a drink.
Right,
But
and that's what I was going to say. I think you can tell a lot what their expectations or even like their, I don't know, their intentions.
Yeah.
Drink dinner. So yeah.
Can he even afford a meal, girl? That's what I want to know. You know what I'm saying?
it's like, maybe at Taco Bell.
Where is he taking me to dinner?
Well, that's what you ask. You're like, well, what are you thinking? Like where? And then
Right.
you make up your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think you can go too far too, and like you don't want to have your first date be at like this ritzy place where
Right.
there's a lot of pressure on that too.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
something
Absolutely.
comfortable,
And you
something
pay the
that you can
guitar
like
guy.
hear them talking. You pay the guitar guy.
to come over and serenade her.
You.
That's,
Did that happen?
We never know.
Oh, I was
No.
like, yes.
I've,
You definitely gave a tip.
I would get.
Something like
Good.
low pressure, but dinner. Like if you want to drink, you can. If you don't drink, you don't have to. But I think that that not going too classy and not being too cheap.
Yeah.
You can. There's like
Well, you want to
that
keep the
happy medium.
expectations, so you don't want to like throw all your good ideas out on the first date either. Because then what do you do for the second, the third date?
Yeah, I mean, you take her
Yeah.
to the nicest restaurant
Right.
in town. You're like, turns out that's the only time we'll be going
Sure,
there.
sure.
You know, that's
Yeah, it's all downhill from here. That's what I like to tell him on the first date.
that was it. That's all I got.
And it says here, if he wears Air Jordans, he's a cheater. Well, I think everyone knows that.
Oh,
No.
No, that's actually my
You-
philosophy. Like,
Did
if you
you
find
make that
I
up?
did.
Okay.
Let's see your shoes.
That sounded
Just
like a
put it to
Conrad.
test. Just these are Vans.
Okay, good.
Vans.
You're good. You're good.
Put it to test. Think of a man that's got Air Jordans, and then tell me if he's got a decorated past.
Should we? I feel like Stacey has something to add to the.
She knows I'm right.
You
huh?
are right. You are right.
100%.
You are right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Huh. Okay.
Now that
What-
that's
what is-
She's
settled,
gonna take that back to her laboratory and
I think-
I'm gonna
make
use
a
it.
whole.
I think there's a percentage in the 80 percentile there. I could probably stick a flag in and say I was right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe so.
All right, let's get back to these dating terms here,
Okay.
shall we?
Mm-hmm.
So we breadcrumbing. We went over that.
So funny, that's the
Benching.
thing.
I call benching Plan B, but like it's where you're like it's just-
Benching?
yeah, it's where
Oh no. Yeah, that's the thing.
yeah. It's where you're kind of dating
Girls do
someone,
that.
but you're putting them on the back burner a little
So
bit.
you have a bench, like it's like
Like maybe
you're
maybe
he hasn't met your
next one.
coworkers, he hasn't met your family, he hasn't met your friends.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be like first string, second string, or
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
just got like this bench like lined up, and in case it doesn't work out with homeboy,
Okay.
you've got like.
And I think
that's a thing. Girls,
Yeah, I
definitely
agree. They are.
usually have
Yes.
and it
yes.
blends into number 5, stashing, which is like kind of the same thing where like you're not introducing to anyone that you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not letting him get involved in your personal life at all.
It's just
Whatever, you just keeping him on the
that's
side,
like a
girl.
back burner
Mhm.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. That's so sad.
Yeah, case
yeah.
case number 1 catches a heart attack, or maybe a case with the police, and then you got to go to Plan B, and maybe he's just a mid-level manager at Micron, but
Maybe.
it is what it is. That's a great thing.
you could work with that. You could work with that.
I can work with that.
I could work with that, as long as he works out.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so let's go on to number 6, submarining. So this is when you get ghosted, and then they pop back up.
Okay.
Like, so they submarining.
Okay.
Yeah, I
they're-
guess. I don't know how often girls do this. I know guys do it for sure because they're wired to get sex, and they have a short-term memory. And I know dudes that do it for
Okay.
sure. So I would say it's more of a, I don't know, maybe there's girls submarining bros out there. Possibility.
Like you've left them alone for a while, and then you just pop back up
Like you
because
ghost.
you're like maybe
Like you played them, you ghost.
maybe like I have limited options right now. I'm gonna check back.
You
with
basically played them, ghosted them,
Yeah.
and then you come back to them.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So that's submarining, all you ladies. Flubbing is number 7, and it's this is I guess
hear you over there.
I guess this is more common. The women are the flubbers, and it's a combination of snubbing your partner, and then the flub part of it is phone. So basically, I guess people are dating now, and there's females that spend so much time on their Instagram and stuff that they're not even interacting in the date, and so they call that flubbing.
Okay. That's a thing.
I agree.
I actually
agree.
have girlfriends, and I won't talk about them on here because I love them all so much. But they do that even when it's just us.
You got when it's girl time. Yeah.
just girl
yeah.
time.
Yeah,
And
I've
that's
heard
hard.
I've heard some guys talk about like business meetings or going in on a business lunch maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and then like stashing the phone in the car. And I did that today
Yeah.
for that meeting with the brewery, but
Yeah.
totally worked out because
Mm-hmm.
if it's not distracting you, you can kind of focus. But if that thing's vibrating at all, it's your tendency, man. You're just like, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And I think I hate to admit it because of my age, but I don't know if I lose my phone or I think I live it. It's sheer panic for like until I figure out where the fuck it is. Like I'm like, oh,
Yeah, one of your girls has it.
right, yeah. What's going on? What have they found? Good
Oh,
God.
shoot. What's on that phone? All right, what's next?
Real quick though, I think one thing I can tie into that. What do you
Okay.
think about? And I'm just kind of watching and observing, but it just has to do with your phone because we're talking about phones. But so if you have your phone turned up ways, if you have your phone
you're
turned
like,
down
oh,
ways,
you put it down,
Down,
like
yeah.
this.
you down you a hoe,
Yeah.
right? Like honestly,
For sure. You have
Mine's up.
something. Yeah.
There's memes about it. It's
so
funny.
yeah.
Yeah. Right? Especially like when you're on a date or when you're doing something. Like I will purposely
You're
leave
just
mine
like-
out. I have like, yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do I look like that? I'm hiding something.
Or when you're, yeah.
What if
I don't
you
know.
work though? What if you work all the time? Like for somebody like me or Conrad, I work all the time, so my phone's always blown up. So I just decide turn it off and just put it aside.
you can
Right,
turn
but
it
you're not-
off, but you're not hiding what is
Yeah.
coming
So
through.
is it like
Right.
this? Yeah.
But you're also not on a
Here's the
date or
difference.
like in an active relationship.
Yeah.
So I
that
think
makes
they're more
sense.
like if you're just if you're like watching
Like
a show
if
together on
Conrad
Netflix.
and I are watching podcasts, he makes me watch all the time. Then I'm like, oh, like upside down, so that he doesn't see who's popping up in my.
Or when,
Yeah.
or
You
yeah,
know.
or you bring the text to here, and
Or
you're
you're just like-
yeah, being sneaky, shady.
He's like, damn it, she does that all the time.
Who's banana dick number 9? And why is he number 9? Is there a number 8?
I mean,
Well, you just got to be smart, and you got to put them on do not disturb,
There's
and then you,
8
you
before
put your
him.
phone right up like that, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
or you can just be a genuine person.
And leave it up.
Yeah. Kenny,
you-
I'll just leave that right
Because
there for the remainder of the show.
you're not worried about
Not worried.
some big dick banana gorilla showing up asking for a date.
Yeah. All right.
He got that basic white boy dick game. Anyway,
Oh my gosh, we had a whole discussion about that. That's for another show.
okay.
That was a good conversation. We might even make t-shirts.
There's nothing wrong
It
with
was
it.
so good. We were talking about sizes of penises and
Okay.
and we came up with some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
We started with like it's another show. It's really good though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Knitting fishing. Number 9. Knitting fishing. This is so like I don't even get it. Knitting fishing.
I mean, you wrote it down.
Yeah, it's like where you boast your social media. Okay, I do get it. So like let's say Tim creates a social media account as Tim, this successful entrepreneur, venture hip hop artist, and he's got all these photos and stuff, but in reality he works at Hertz rental car.
Oh, okay.
So this is called knitting fishing.
Are his pictures filtered?
It's called fact.
Sure.
In fact.
It's called playing a game on a bitch to get a first date, is what it really is. And apparently it works. Because I'm sure the ones that came up with this and actually emailed that magazine that did this article, I'm sure they got knitting fished
Sure.
pretty well.
Does it go along with catfishing?
Yes, it's
Okay.
like
yeah,
a.
yeah.
I had an ex-girlfriend. Sorry to interrupt. My ex-girlfriend. She married a guy who told her he was somebody who he totally wasn't. Like he said, he only had like a year left of school, but he had like 3 years left of school. He had like this whole backstory. It wasn't even the same dude, but she was already married to him, and she was like,
Oh wow.
Are you,
Oh, wow.
"What do I do?"
No.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's my little 2 cents, because that's for real, though.
'Cause
It
that-
does happen. And she's smart, and she's attractive, so she shouldn't have been duped so bad, but she
Yeah,
was.
she got full press
Yeah,
duped.
yeah, and she got a baby out of it, too, so she
Oh.
got stuck with that guy.
She's
He eventually,
trapped.
like,
She's
finished up
trapped.
school and got his shit together, but at the same time, she had to take care of his ass for, like, 5 or 6 years.
3 years later.
Yeah.
3 years SpongeBob.
Yeah.
3 years
She thought one
later.
year, the homeboy had like a whole degree left.
Yeah.
Like that's
Well,
crazy.
I mean-
I can't even imagine telling somebody like that.
I don't think people think that they're gonna like get caught or like the relationship will stay that far. you
Yeah,
know?
probably.
I don't know.
I don't know what they think. I actually don't know what goes through people's minds because like I personally don't date unless I think it's going to be something.
Sure.
So
And you try to find
what-
everything out about that person,
yeah.
right?
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like all on it. Like, what's this? What's this? Like, I want to
Yeah.
know what I'm getting into. And if someone's asking me, I feel like they're gonna know full disclosure. 'Cause
Sure.
if moving forward, I can't back that up later. It's embarrassing.
Better play a good game. Yeah.
I think that if you're just playing those games, then you're not really dating to marry.
Probably not.
But
But he got lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got lucky.
He got a wife out of the deal.
And
He
a baby.
did. He got taken care of. He got a nice truck out of it too.
You should play the lottery.
He got a
Perhaps
kid.
he
truck.
manifested into reality.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. That's a real
Yeah.
thing.
That's what I should do. I'm like,
like,
yo,
I'm gonna
girl, I'm
pretend-
like a multi-millionaire. I got so much going for me, and then she'll marry me, and then like
And
maybe
boom.
6 years later, I will be at that spot.
Right.
That would be dope because she'll take
Yeah.
care of me the whole time.
Honey, that was my 5-year plan. I was just manifesting that on our first date.
Got to marry into money, apparently. Oh, that's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
That's my goal right now.
Marry
Just
the money.
joking. Just joking.
Well,
Not really,
I hope you do well.
I hope I do too.
Good luck with that. Good luck.
You're gonna have to find you some old sugar mama.
I'm just playing with you. I'm not too worried about it.
You're not cougar.
I'm doing okay
Are you
for myself.
Are you cougar hunting and you're not telling me?
Yeah.
You dirty son of a bitch.
I'm running them up them trees.
Looking for one with a 401k, huh? Maybe your husband passed away with a bad ticker. Tim's been reading obituaries of like
But
middle-aged
no
men.
babies. No babies.
No
Hey, this-
babies.
this
he's
guy was
already
super
he's already
successful.
announced no babies. All right, what's next?
Let's talk about how often are you guys getting hit up on Instagram and Facebook for dates compared to like have you had dating apps and like was there a difference now? Do you
Yeah,
think?
there is. I think the funny thing with me is I just got on a dating app just for fun, just to see. First of all, it was kind of like a joke. So my girlfriend and I were like, "Okay, let's see who can get the most." And so it was a funny joke, and then it just—it's like a job. It's like a full-time job. These dating apps, right? And then you have these free Instagram, Facebooks that you get just as much messages or whatever. So don't waste your money. Anyway, I think I get about 2 a day on Facebook.
On Facebook, like legitimate, like
Yeah.
inching
Like
towards
Facebook,
a date, right?
Instagram.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like, oh, I like your eyes. Do you want to go have a drink? I mean, I can pull them up right now. There's some.
Yeah. Do
I
you
don't
ever
wanna be
check
rude,
your
but-
your others folders or like your requests?
Oh no.
Oh my gosh, those are the crazy ones.
Oh.
Like they send you things and they don't really go through because they're not following you. So they go into like an others or like request folder.
Oh, yeah.
I check those like once a week and I'm like,
Oh no.
and you can say allow and they'll know that you saw it, or you can just hit decline and just erase it. I just hit decline.
The
'Cause I'm
Facebook.
like,
is that Facebook? Or
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay.
Instagram,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But I bet you get a lot.
Well,
A couple a day, yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like, well, I mean, it's good for my. I don't know.
I
what I
don't
was-
know. I don't know if it's actually.
Hold
really
on,
that
I got
good.
a psychology question
Okay,
for you
yeah.
because I think it's different. I was trying to explain to her like, because you've said like, oh, I bet you get hit on all the time by girls or whatever. Like men, it's way different, right? Like chicks don't necessarily approach like men approach women, but like for me, I think I get hit up like maybe by someone once every couple months by
That's
a girl.
it?
Yeah, oh yeah. Like
I'm
you make
surprised.
That's
it a
more than
couple-
me too.
Yeah, like,
I've been hit up twice in the last like 4 years online.
Like,
to go on a
really?
date.
Well,
Yep.
hold on.
I can't get
this
a date
is on social media,
online.
Okay.
Yeah.
not like a dating app.
I don't ever get
I know, but
contacted
still,
on dating
Yeah,
apps.
Okay,
I don't think
that's
for guys
surprised.
it's as much at all. And I was,
No,
I was
because
just
that's-
thinking,
Girls don't. I mean,
Like,
when's
really-
the last time you like reached out to a guy? Okay, we're talking never met this person, not in your friend group, not in your everyday life, and you just like, yes, homeboy's picture's awesome. Gonna message him right now and be like, your eyes are. I mean, do you work out? We don't do that.
No.
It's-
I mean, I'm not opposed to it, honestly. Like, I'm open-minded, and if I see someone and it interests me, like, I may do it. I've never done it, but
Oh my gosh, I did do it once.
did you?
It was so embarrassing because I was super drunk.
okay. See,
But the next day, I got this reply back, and he has a huge following, like a huge following. And like my drunk ass was like, "Oh my gosh, like you have all these girls following you, and like I don't even care about you." I'm like, whatever, like the stupidest thing ever. And then he replied, and he was like, "No," I go, maybe we should be friends because like I hate guys as much as you hate these girls that are like hitting you up
Yeah.
or whatever. I don't know what I said. It was something so embarrassing. No idea I did it. And then he replies the next day and he's like, yeah, like that's actually super funny. We should probably be
So it
friends. And
it
I was
works.
like, oh my gosh, so sorry. Like delete that. But that's like the one and only time.
Yeah.
And I thought I was, I don't know. on
Well,
another level.
I know one person that is engaged now.
Okay.
Because a girl hit him up on Facebook and said, "Hey, you're hot. I think you should take me on a date." It worked, and they're getting engaged.
Wow.
Wow.
Well,
Close friend, yeah.
what I was thinking is, for some of these girls, what is it like getting that attention? Because, like, we're not used to it as men. So,
Yeah.
like, in a lot of cases, I'm just like, God, it's no wonder some of the stuff's going on with the social media and stuff like that, man. I couldn't imagine getting 10 messages a day from chicks wanting to, like, oh, do you work out? Do you want to get a cup of coffee? I'd be like, what the fuck's going on?
It's not even like that. It's like, oh my gosh, your eyes, you're
Yes.
so beautiful,
Yes.
you're so sexy. It's
Same
some
thing.
some that you won't even want to talk about on air. They're so
Yeah. But
Gross,
for some advice,
but-
like come up with something witty and funny, like be unique,
that's
and
what
that
happened.
may work.
Like
yeah.
that's why I even talked to you
Yeah,
online
I
because we
think-
met online.
Yeah,
through
I think-
we slipped into DMs. Like,
Yeah.
That was the thing, and that's like that
But
was so
where
different.
you have to be different. You
But
have
I-
to be different, not the same old pretty lips,
Yeah.
eyes. You know, it has to be different.
I think you'd hit me up if I remember
no,
reading it right.
I know. It was me
Keith-
first. I tried to sell him some
yes.
ketones.
Yeah, some ketones.
I'm a hustler.
And I hit her back with something classy like, I'm sure you've heard the rumor about me riding dolphins, wearing heels, and dating fat chubby guys. I assure you, I've never ridden a dolphin in my life. Like,
It was something like that.
It was something like
was.
that, or robbing
Okay,
a hot
but
dog
that's
stand.
different.
Yeah.
That's different, and that worked for you because look what you have now.
Yeah, she's incredibly hot.
Good for you. Good for you. Okay,
It worked out. She invited me on date. I show up, and she like,
and you took her to a nice meal,
yeah,
not
Yeah.
just drinks.
Not just drinks. Actually, no drinks.
none.
No. Yeah.
I don't drink.
Yeah. Turns out. Yeah.
Judge recommended it for your safety,
It's-
folks.
You know what I love that about you though is that we can hang out and just have a Diet Coke and it's so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I really do appreciate that. We're just stupid no matter what.
Yeah, it just took me a while to kind of find my old self. Writing comedy again is fun, so.
Yeah, and see, that's the
she's-
thing too.
She's encouraging too, which I like.
Yes, yes. And so when you find that, and this is a psychology part of it, but if you can find someone that offers that something different, something that makes you comfortable, I mean, this whole dating stuff can work.
Yeah.
You know, online stuff, it could totally work. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, and also we're just both kind of ridiculous. So I think it's like
Silly.
so funny that I'm like, we're hanging out and he's like, you want to make a video? And then we just want to make like a stupid video
Yeah.
of us being ridiculous. And that's like honestly, like my spirit animal.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. Like everyone else has like never really understood me, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a
I was
numbers
hoping
game.
someday someone would like my shitties movie 90 quotes that I do. They're like, was that from Tommy Boy? That's like 80 years ago, man. Come on, Gramps.
oh my gosh, for like the first couple of times we hung out, I thought he was actually a backup dancer for Ace of Base.
Yeah.
I, mean,
I
like,
sold that
so
one hard.
sold on it.
Did you
I-
say? Did you tell her that?
Well,
he-
I would
like, all
kind
the
of
time.
nonchalantly. I would
No.
kind of nonchalantly drop
all the
it in.
time.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "Oh my gosh, like that girl calls herself a dancer." Like I used to be a backup dancer for Ace of Base, and like, but it was like every time we talked, he would throw that in there, the Ace of Base thing. And so
Yeah.
finally, one day we're like at a coffee shop, that little Fox place. That's
Oh,
a pretty
yeah,
cute
yeah.
little place, and he's just like, "Oh my gosh, yeah." When I was a backup dancer for Ace of Base, and I was like, "So like." Was that like how was that when you were like I'm like asking about this Ace?
By
Base,
the
and he's
way,
like,
I would
"No,
have been
I'm
like
totally kidding.
the cutest little backup
I
dancer
would've
ever
been,
because I would have been
like,
like
a
7 or
baby.
8.
You never know.
don't
You
know.
never know.
Yeah,
know.
just a white kid from Idaho out there. Just what?
That's when you like get into your music and you put on like I saw the sign and then you
Yeah.
say show me what you got.
Dude, their music. I'm one of those guys like.
I wish I wasn't sick right now.
I came out of the gay
Still sounds
music
good.
closet because in the 90s and early 2000s, dudes were really bad at being like, fuck that. I don't listen to
my
that
gosh.
bullshit.
But
Oh
they
my
loved
gosh.
it. But
The
they loved
Backstreet
it.
I
Boys,
have something to tell you
NSYNC.
guys, and this is what something that won me over with you because I personally was like, I need a guy that loves sushi because I love sushi so much. Conrad, not so much. Doesn't do that, but he can always go for a Lance Bass.
That was my line.
And I was like, you know what? Okay, close second. We're good.
Yeah.
I would tie that for first. That's freaking funny.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's hair is incredible. Very handsome. And who else can wear motocross pants that's never ridden a dirt bike and still look great in a music video?
Agreed.
But the gay music, I think, guys, we've always been like, oh, that's fucking stupid. Oh, no, I wouldn't listen to that. Oh, blah. And I was like, actually, I kind of like Mariah Carey's music, some of it. There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean I'm less of a man.
Not at all.
Ace of Base, I got it on my phone. Fuck it. When I was a kid, I liked it. I like it now. It's good music. So whatever. Eat Rocks, Redneck. No, I'm just kidding. I like country music too. Because they're the ones like, oh, I hear he likes that Backstreet Boys music.
Yeah.
I think secretly you do too, cowboy. All right.
Are you talking to me?
No.
We're all waiting
Me
for
and
you
Tim
to
got
chime
this.
in and all.
Me and Tim got this secret thing going
muted
on.
over here. I'm just
I know-
the guy in the background. So
I know you're down with all kinds of music.
yeah, I
you're
listen
not
to all
very-
kinds.
yeah.
But I don't do country. I'm more of like if I were to go anything along those lines, it's more of.
But
like,
you'll listen to some,
bluegrass.
right?
I'm like a big bluegrass
Bluegrass,
guy. Yeah,
you do like
I like the
too.
I do
twingy
too.
stuff. Yeah, I like a
like
little
all
more
of it.
picking and.
If no one really's
a little
heard-
more
I encourage young people to put on like iTunes Blues Radio and just listen to old
blues,
blues.
is good, yeah, too.
God,
Yeah,
it's got
I
so
like
much
blues.
influence in hip hop and rock. I
He'll
love
put on
picking
some
up
blues at the house. He likes to slow dance in the living room. That's
He's
Yeah.
like, I do.
Nice. That's what's
Yeah, that's right, motherfuckers.
like, oh no, we're really doing this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right
I
then and
need a
there.
Conrad. So
I like to
let's
eat.
find me a Conrad.
in the living room.
She said she never
Watch
went to
TV.
prom. I'm like, that's
I
fucking
know.
bullshit.
I never
I'm
went
gonna
to
take
prom.
her.
Oh my
I
gosh.
said I never.
gonna
Went to, I
act-
didn't actually ever go to prom, and then like my mistake, like the next 4 times I go over the house, it's like slow, like low lights, candles lit, music going, and we're like have to slow dance in the living room.
Practicing for prom.
On
I'm
the floor.
taking her. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
Good for you. Good.
They still do proms.
Yeah.
They still do like those proms.
Yeah, we'll
downtown
pretend we're
people.
chaperone
Yeah,
and just
totally.
bounce in there.
He does all those like sweet.
You really
moves,
didn't
and then
miss
he's
out
like,
though, to be
"Hey,
honest with you.
What are you doing later?
My prom was amazing to
Oh,
remember.
you did miss out. Prom was awesome.
no,
I had a
I
good prom.
totally missed out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like
yeah, no, you didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I don't know.
all right.
I feel like I
sometime
didn't miss
during
What
this
happened to-
I feel like I
podcast-
missed out on doing
What
something
happened on
other
your
than
prom date, young man?
Yeah, let's hear that story.
Traumatic.
I had to go with
Did your
my
parents-
girlfriend, ex-girlfriend.
You
at the
had to
time.
go with
we
your
broke
girlfriend?
up. Well, we broke up for like 2
Okay.
weeks, and within those 2 weeks, it was prom.
Oh.
But it was still a fun date and everything. But honestly, the prom, the whole experience itself was just like, I think to me, it felt a little more glorified than it should have been.
Okay.
Maybe it's different
But
for
if you
girls,
do-
right?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
it might
gotta
be
get all
different
ready.
for girls.
Yeah, 'cause
for
we keep
Maybe
the dress and
sometime
the
on the
hair.
podcast we can like dress up like it's prom.
I used
Yeah.
I'm
it
gonna do
as
that
an
on
excuse
next week.
not to
Next
date
week
a
I'll
girl
be in a
when I was a
full-on
sophomore.
gown.
Prom? To not date a girl?
She was a junior, and prom was coming up, and I was a sophomore, and sophomores couldn't go to prom. So I was like, I can't date you because I'm a
racist
sophomore.
stuff.
And I can't go
Oh
to
my
prom.
god.
It's racist
And
stuff.
basically what it was, I just didn't want to date this girl at the time because I wanted to skateboard and hang out with my bros.
You probably saved yourself some
And I was
heartache, though.
dating
I
this
mean-
girl who was a junior. Looking back, I mean, she's a beautiful girl, but at the same time, it's like I was a sophomore. I wanted to be a kid still. I don't want to like feel obligated. So I used that as an excuse to say, hey, we can't be boyfriend and girlfriend. Sorry. I can't take you to prom.
You're cold as ice, Tim Meyer.
That is rough.
And then I just skated away.
And off on the
I feel like I
skateboard.
hardly know you now.
I even skated off
Who
Switch.
is this man?
Cold as ice, ladies.
I had a
Andy's
different
single.
impression.
If you'd like to, if you'd like to email the show at
Pop
the
shoved it
couples
right
cast
over her-
by
her
ck
heart.
at
Super
gmail.com.
romantic.
We'll hook you up with Tim Meyer.
He loves to skateboard, ladies.
But he doesn't like dancing.
He'll tell you to eat a dick and then he'll ride off on a skateboard.
Yeah,
He'll
can't
be like-
take you to prom, girl.
I can't take you to prom. I got a skateboard. Eat a dick and then
So
he'll ride off.
do you still skateboard?
Uh,
Do you still skateboard?
no, not really. No. I mean, I
No,
cruise.
like you're interested in dating
I think
now?
if you're in,
I might. I you know, honestly, my
Do you
skate.
not want to like hug her when she laughs like that? I have like the biggest girl crush on her because of her.
Dude, you can get away with a
Oh,
lot of
girl.
extreme sports, but I think once you get into your 30s, if you're not Rob Derrick or Tom Hanks, it's tough to be a skateboarder.
Oh,
I don't know,
Once-
man. One of my best friends, he's a pro skater. He
Yeah.
still skates.
You
He's
gotta be-
29.
But I mean,
30.
you got to be up to that level, right?
Yeah,
'Cause I
but
was
you
gonna
do.
say if you
You
still do,
do.
maybe put it away
Yeah,
if you want to
making-
date. Just saying.
I bust out my skateboard
That's
when
actually coming from the
my
therapist.
nephew wants to skateboard with me
yeah.
because I'm a
Well,
good
that's
uncle like
cute.
that.
You can like
That's good.
'Cause I'm
roll
an
down
influence.
the incline, like the.
They asked me, hey, how'd you pick up Kelly?
I was terrible. I didn't even know how to skateboard. I just did it for years and years and years.
But you were terrible at it.
I was terrible at
You're
it.
just like,
How'd you pick up Kelly? Well, funny you ask. I happen to have my rollerblades from my pro days. I bladed my ass on over there,
Yeah.
and she saw me doing some spins.
Oh, it works every time. Every time.
Every time you
I
do
was
a-
like,
Hey, how about
oh my gosh.
do people still go to roller skating rinks? Because when I was a kid, that was the dating
Yeah.
hub.
It's starting to get. There's one where in Nampa. Is it or is
so
it?
there's Nampa and there's a new one in Boise off State Street.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and I actually like when I went there, I took my kids there.
Yeah.
Brand new, and I said, "Who's running your social media?" Because we were literally the only ones there. Like there was 4 of us.
We should help them out.
And I said, "Do you want
give 'em
somebody
some
like
shout-outs.
is anybody running your social media?" And they're like, "No, we don't have that yet." And I'm like, "I mean, you
What is
probably
their
should."
name?
But so then Jackson's girlfriend, so my 13-year-old has a girlfriend. Her birthday was just there, and it's on State Street. I don't know what it's called. Like
I think
right
I know
there,
where
it's
it
in the
is.
old bowling alley.
I know exactly.
You know
Yep,
that
yep.
old one that's like by the Baskin Robbins, by the Sam's Place.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're
Or
talking
not
about.
Sam's Place, the that karaoke bar. What's that bar called?
Oh, that.
the McCleary's Pub.
No,
Nope.
it's like by
Yeah.
across from the. Oh my gosh, you know what I'm.
I went there last year
saying.
for my birthday. I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about. The
but
little
now
like
it's a-
square,
It
tiny little
looks
bar.
exactly like it, but they like wiped out the bowling lanes, and it's a skating rink now. But it's everything else is the same.
Yeah.
So I mean, people are going.
I'm pro skating rinks. Those were
I'm
like.
so good. I took lessons as a kid.
So is it roller skating?
Roller
you can
skating.
skate backwards?
Yes.
So I can skate backwards. I can do like little tricks and stuff. Like, I mean, I don't want to get you too excited right now,
Yeah,
but
I was gonna.
I'm
say,
over here.
I was gonna say, look at him.
I
right
cannot.
there.
But I cannot rollerblade. I can only do
That's
like
different.
the
That's
four
different, I think.
skates,
Yeah.
like the inline, the actual skates, not inline.
The four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a big thing when we were kids. Like you could meet your girlfriend at the roller skating rink and get like a Tony's pizza and
Yeah.
some soda.
I had like the outfits with matching skate covers.
Oh,
And
the
there was
leg
like
warmer
this
thingies?
material that like a leg
Yeah, yeah.
warmer, but it covered your skates.
Ooh.
I know.
Maybe we could start
Yeah.
trending that again.
I
Like,
say
what
maybe.
are all these fucking people in their 30s dating at the
I don't-
roller skating
I don't
rink
know
for?
why
She
we
could
would
be a
care.
trendsetter. You would.
We'll
set
be
that
down
trend.
there
You
drinking
would.
diet sodas and eating pizza and just setting the standard,
What? I
girl.
know.
Oh, you guys want to date like us? You got to roller skate like this, and
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
we could trend
I
it.
could do that little like butterfly thing, and I like did this.
And then people be like, "You're going to barbacoa on Valentine's Day? You're not going roller skating
Weird.
with everyone else at school?" That probably wouldn't happen.
I don't know if we'll get that trendy. We'll try.
So we're talking about social media hit-ups,
Mm-hmm.
and there's also I found out from my own experience. I'm sure I've heard you talk about it. I'm sure you could enlighten me. Married men have no qualms hitting up married women or single women, and vice versa. Single men have no problem hitting up married men
Yeah.
or trying to interrupt a marriage through social media. How often do you think out of those like 10 messages a day would you say one's from a married man or a man that's obviously in a relationship just from the
Quite
social media?
Often,
Yeah.
more often than not. Actually, no.
And then is there
Like,
any
you get a lot of those single guys, but there's a lot of them that are not single. Yeah.
I'll look through when I get messages or whatever. If they're like, this is going to sound like an asshole, but if they're somewhat cute, I'll look through just to see, right? Just to see.
Right.
You never know. But then there's pictures, like a wedding picture. There's pictures of him holding hands or laying on the couch. And I'm like, what is your deal? Delete.
Yeah. So it happens quite often.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It happens quite often. I don't know. I shouldn't say that it's more often than not. I think it is typically single guys, but
I've even
I feel like I have like this curse on me where married people are more attracted, and I'm like, I don't know.
I think
what
it's
it
because you're
is,
just
but
hot. I think everybody's attracted to you.
No, I
Just
don't
being
know what
honest.
it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what
sounds
it
like
is.
you
I'm
got hot
please.
girl problems, girl.
Deal with it, Kelly.
You got hot girl problems.
I'm like, no. I
Oh, poor Kelly. Here we go
Kelly.
again
Oh my gosh.
with their super hot girl problems.
So ridiculous. No, I don't know. I think it's sad. Maybe something that we could probably incorporate that into something like a prank thing. We might destroy a marriage. Maybe not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe not go that far.
I have someone you can do a test on.
I
Yeah.
feel like we probably both do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know a couple of grease balls. On both sides of the fence.
Yeah.
So do you think what's dating going to be like for these teenagers in 10 years with all this non-binary, non-transgender sexual identity? It's
Right.
going to be a different game.
It's going to be a way different game. And I think now because everything is more socially accepted and it's more in the open, so it's
Yeah.
more talked about, more accepted. I have a transgender friend who I used to counsel when I was an intern, and we've just stayed friends. But during therapy, they would show me, and they like to use, I say they because it's, they have both sex genders, but there's dating apps just for transgenders. There's chat rooms, dating chat rooms. So it's specifically just for that population.
Yeah, and I
So-
think I've heard some crazy shit. And I think there's, like anything, naturally, I like where we're at as a country as far as when I was a kid, being gay was still like, we looked at it, we frowned upon it. The churches really pushed it.
Sure.
Now that I'm older and more educated, I don't give two shits. Like, as long as
Absolutely.
you're not affecting my life, whatever,
Absolutely,
if it's
yes.
what you want to do. But what we see, like with this transgender thing, is like an overreaction where they're saying like, oh, if you're a heterosexual man and I won't date Tim, who is now a lady and has had the surgery, I'm a homophobic racist, basically.
Right.
So like,
There's no fine line.
but
I think.
yeah,
yeah.
but I think they're starting to. I think logically, as a country, we'll be like, oh, okay, that's an overreaction, and we'll scale it back, and hopefully we keep evolving. But yeah,
Right.
it's a weird territory to be in. But the one thing I like about it is people can just be themselves now, and not have to worry about it. And I didn't used to have those views, and I think it was just the generation we were raised in is different.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
try to
for
raise
sure.
my kids. I don't know if you're the same way because they have questions. Why does he have two moms, two dads, whatever? And I just try to be more open-minded because I think it's going to be best for them as
Yeah.
adults to think that way. I don't know if that's a correct way to look at it or not, but
Oh, for sure. It's changed a lot from like me growing up as a kid, and I know even
Well, that,
I'm surprised at how much my kids come home and say that like their friends are gay or they like
At a young age,
girls
right?
love
Like,
girls, yeah,
yeah,
and at 11 years old, and
that's a little scary, depending on the age.
Well, only because I feel like, I mean, we all have our own opinions on things, but the only thing that I've ever told my kids is that it's not our job to judge them and just love them anyways. And I feel like they've done a pretty good job at that. And if we can just keep moving forward with that, I think that it's right now kind of a thing where people are doing it almost more for attention.
yes.
And it's like maybe they don't know yet, but and that's just my honest opinion, but it's nobody's job to judge at this point, so.
There's a weird thing going on too, and I don't think it's happening here. It's happening with parents, but like where they're purposely doing the kids to where they're like, oh, we're not influencing him to be a boy or a girl, even though it's a boy.
Oh, that's
That-
so confusing.
Yeah, that
Like,
is
you're-
weird.
it
and
is
so that's an
super weird.
overreaction that we got to pull back.
Right.
you
I've
know?
actually, that's interesting that you said that because I did meet somebody who's, trying to make their child be gay because they just want a gay child. And that was,
Yeah.
the most bizarre thing that I've ever heard. And I'm like, wow, because I feel like you wouldn't ever push that on somebody because even though it is being more and more accepted, it's definitely not the norm.
No,
And
it would be a
to
challenging
push that
Well,
on
it is.
somebody, and that's confusing in the sense for the child growing up as what do I even think myself?
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I don't agree with
Too
that.
much influence on someone's life at a young, too vulnerable to be making those kind of.
Yeah.
I tell my daughters this. I'm like, don't listen to a man until he's 30, because until they're 30 years old, there's basically two beans upstairs rolling
Yeah.
around, and it's being run by his dick. So
No, you're
know.
developmentally, that is so true.
yeah,
It is
I'm like,
so
just
true.
don't.
Yep.
I'm like, oh man.
You're a different person 18, you're a different person 22, you're a different person 30, even at 50. So it's very,
sure.
that's
Yeah,
very
so
true.
especially when you get into that, like, people making these decisions, even that are in their early 20s for a sex change, I'd ride it out a couple more years
Right,
and see.
let's hold on to that thought.
They have to do extensive psychological testing, evaluations before.
They do? Oh, that's good.
Yep. So they have to see
Now,
a
is that a
psychiatrist and-
state-to-state thing, or is that federally mandated? Or is there mandates? How is that operated?
I don't know. I don't that I don't know. I probably should, I guess, in my line of work, but I don't know that. I just know
But
that
they
we had a
do make
couple.
people.
It's extensive, and you have to know.
But they're
you have
doing it to minors, I think, now, too. Parents
there
are.
are. I had
And
a
that's-
12-year-old that transitioned. But you have
That's
to have
ins-
parents' consent. They went through the same psychological. But again,
But
when you're
I
12
don't
and
know.
you're 18, you're going to be different. You know, it's
Yeah,
that's
it's-
kind of a.
I think that's
I
a
don't know
fine
that
line.
anybody. I think that like I was freaking confused as a 12-year-old.
And that's
I
that's
don't
like
know
an-
that I'm ready to make that. But
Yeah.
that's just me. I feel like we should
I
That's
wasn't that
lighten
confused though.
mood.
That's an
I don't.
overreaction.
I'm
I
not
think.
saying that I was like confused about my sexuality, but I feel like it's just a confusing time.
Well, you know, when we were
And-
kids, there was still weird shit happening in places like Wyoming, where guys were getting strangled, pulled behind a truck because they were gay in a
Right.
small farm town.
Right.
And that was that. You know, we compared to where we're at now, that seems like a lifetime ago. But in reality, that was like 20-something years ago, right? So that just the social progress we've made. But like I said, I think there's this action reaction, and right now we're in that overreactive phase. Some
Yeah,
people on
yeah.
like, oh yeah, my toddler wants to be
Sam's
this or that, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well, I guess the question you asked if it's going to evolve, I think it'll evolve, and I think it'll be more socially accepted. And I think there'll be more resources for dating, and I think it will, I don't know, be easier, I guess, to find
Yeah.
someone of your same
caliber. We'll
caliber.
call it.
Let's say
Let's
that's a
call
good.
it
That's a
caliber,
good word.
ladies.
That's a good
The same
word.
caliber, so no one gets offended.
Yes, good word.
Because you can
Oh,
offend
man.
anyone with anything nowadays. We've found that out with some of our other podcasts. Not even trying.
I'm offended right now.
Ah, you dear. Well, good. Got to keep you on your toes.
Yeah. You'll have to make that up later. What else are we talking about?
Excellent. Well, I think we are good to hook. You guys got any shout outs you want to do? Stacy, where can our fans find you on Instagram?
Stacy H208.
Cool. And they can hit you
Yeah.
up for therapeutic needs.
Um,
Fellas, not dates.
yeah, you can hook me up on therapeutic needs on that too, and I can forward you to the resources. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
Shout outs.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stacy. H208.
Thank you,
I
guys.
love her. Thank you for joining
Yes.
us.
Thank you so much. This was fun. It's really cool. Cool
I
thing
love
you're doing
you
here.
to
Yeah.
pieces.
Love you, Kelly.
Yeah, and for our audience, thanks for listening. Season 1, Episode 1 of the Couples Cast by CK. We're gonna be catching some sponsors. Got a lot of fun stuff lined up for the year. As far as guests coming on, might bleed some over from the Pro Edge side or Channel 99 Studios. But we got some interesting ideas going. Thanks for listening in. Tim, you got anything? All right, check us out on Instagram at the the Couples Cast by CK on Instagram, YouTube, iTunes. This will be available everywhere. So check us out, subscribe, give us a like, and kiss your mom.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Peace.